Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Appease, verb, appeasable, appeased, appeasing, appeaser. To pacify or conciliate by satisfying demands or making concessions, often at the expense of principle. To relieve or satisfy a need or feeling, such as hunger or curiosity. Archaic or rare. To calm or quiet, as in settling a dispute or soothing physical agitation. Test relevant in literary context. The CEO offered a compromise, hoping to appease striking workers before the quarterly meeting. To appease her mentor's concerns, she submitted a detailed research proposal 2 weeks early. The dictator's attempt to appease aggressive neighbors by ceding territory only encouraged further demands. On the GRE reading passage, the diplomat realized that trying to appease every faction would ultimately weaken his negotiating position. Appeased by the refund, the customer withdrew her complaint and left the store quietly. His appeasing gestures, including lowering his voice and nodding, did little to appease the furious judge. The manager's appeasable nature, while rare in litigation, made him a trusted mediator. An appeaser of bullies, she learned too late that concessions never satisfy aggression. Likely question formats, synonym selection. Example, pacify versus provoke. Sentence completion, context of conflict or concession. Reading comprehension, identifying tone or strategy. Analogies, appease is to anger as satisfy is to hunger. Common confusables. Do not confuse with appeal, to make a request or attract interest, versus appease, to pacify by giving in. Also distinct from placate, more neutral, less implication of giving up principle, and mollify, soften anger, not necessarily by concession. Appease often carries a negative connotation of weakness or expediency. Idioms or proverbs. To appease one's appetite, common in TOEFL reading. Appease the masses, SAT or GRE historical context. Appeasement policy, GRE history passages. For example, Munich Agreement 1938. No common proverbs exclusively with appease. Test-taking strategy. On GRE and GMAT, appease frequently appears in passages criticizing foreign policy or labor relations. Watch for paired opposites, appease versus provoke, enrage, incite. On TOEFL, listen for appease in academic lectures on animal behavior. For example, submissive gestures to appease a dominant rival.